I'm having a really bad panic attack right now. I don't know if I can make it through it, and I'm just really shaking, and I don't know what. Help me, people. Help. Calm down. Calm down. You look like a little Looney Tune.
Okay, so we're seeing a man in a diner.
He's not having a panic attack.
You're going to be fine. Relax.
Okay.
Ah, yes, tell me to relax.
Keep telling me to relax.
Touch 4 things. Touch 4 things.
Okay.
Focus.
Jesus. All
1,
right.
2.
Jesus. Do you think this would have helped you in your
oh my God, I'm
bathroom?
stressed just from watching that.
It's time to get wild.
That was wild.
Welcome to That Was Wild. I'm Adam Macias, and this episode is going to be wild. If you've never been here before, I'm Adam Macias. I'm a comedian who loves wild stories, and this is where we celebrate the wild sides of life. But for all you wild things, wild timers, and wild people out there who are returning, I have a special announcement. For the month of June, to go along with my one-person show, Messy Ass, about how I cleaned up my messy ass life, we are going to be slightly tweaking the format of the show to not be talking about wild stories, but to be talking about messy stories. We're talking toxic, problematic, drama, gossip, all the things that make life a little bit messy. It's essentially the same thing. Let's just be honest. And that's what we're going to be talking about with today's amazing guest, Viva Rose. She has her own one-person show called Hidden Gem at the Zephyr Theater, also in the Hollywood Fringe. I'm going to be seeing it. I'm very excited. She is talking about her panic attacks, and that is why we saw that nice little clip in the beginning, because I thought maybe she might have some experience with coaching people out of panic attacks, because her whole show is about how she had a panic attack inside of a bathroom at a party. It's very fun stuff, very relatable stuff for me as well. Been there, done that, loved it. Highly recommend. But before we move on, I just want to talk about my show real quick. My show, Messy Ass. Again, it's at the Yard, premiering literally 6 days from now. Here's some real talk. I put my heart and soul into this show. Truthfully, this show could have been 2 hours long. I'm 38 years old. I have insanely too many stories. I'm also a podcaster, so yeah, I talk a little too much. But what's crazy is since I've been sober, I've had one of the wildest, messiest couple years of my life. Kind of all culminating along with my dad's passing, some of the most successful times of my life. So for some of you that don't know, I went viral on this old TikTok channel that I was a part of and helped create called The Daily Misinformer. My face has been seen in front of hundreds and millions of people, and I am now in front of you guys trying to do something a little bit different. And while I was doing that, I was dealing with something with my father and my family. And then I was also somehow meeting Elon Musk at the same time and meeting all of these titans of industry. It was a wild, wild time. And that's what kind of the show is about. And I was also learning more about myself as I was becoming sober. It's just a crazy time. But what I love about the show and what I love about the venue, the show is at this place called The Yard. I love that venue. It's one of the coolest venues in LA. It's also the last place that my dad saw me live. He passed away only a few months later. He rarely comes to LA, let's be honest. People from Sacramento, that area, they don't like LA. They pretend we don't exist. And for him coming down there, it was awesome. So I had to choose The Yard. Also, as a landscaper's son, I just love the irony of doing a show called The Yard. It's just a fun little thing that I couldn't pass it up. That's why for anybody in the LA area watching this that is a fan of That Was Wild, I'm offering a special discount code for you right now, that if you go to the ticket link in the description and type in TWW, and you get half off tickets. That's right, TWW, you get half off tickets to the show. I would love to see you there. Let's make it a freaking wild, messy, wild, wild party. I just want to make it one of the biggest blowout fun parties that we can all just celebrate, because I've been bottling up a lot of these stories for like honestly 3 years, just because I've been working on this for a long time, and I just want to have a fun time with all of you. It's going to be a fun, hilarious storytelling event. Also, I think you're going to get something out of it. So yeah, please, I want to see you all there. But speaking of getting something out of it, let's get to the show where we will be talking to Viva Rose about how she solved herself from never having to go to therapy, and potentially let's solve never having a panic attack ever again. All right, everybody, let's get wild.
Is your wife a comedian also? Or just
She's not. She's not. I mean, she's very
smart.
funny. She's
yeah.
So,
Very cool.
Yeah. Do you try not to date comedians?
I have a boyfriend. He does comedy, but he mostly does like improv. So
okay.
It's a good balance, I think. He's very like.
But you do improv and
I do
comedy.
improv, but like who.
And
like,
stand up.
I mean,
you notice how I said that? You do improv and comedy.
Yeah.
That's how I consider it.
Yeah. No, that's how everybody does. Yeah, you do improv. I do improv, and then I do actual comedy.
Yeah. So you do improv. Your boyfriend does improv. You do.
He's directing my show, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Your show. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have the amazing Viva Rose with us here today. My name is Adam Macias, and this show is called That Was Wild. And this episode is going to be wild! I'm very excited for today's guest because you're a hilarious comedian.
Thank you.
You're an amazing improviser as well. Yeah. You crush it on these Instagram reels.
Oh, thank you.
Even though you say you don't do TikTok, I did check your TikTok page.
I'm just not popular on TikTok.
But you do have some viral videos on there.
You know what happens is I forget that TikTok exists. And
I had
Instagram,
to tell you.
I have like a routine where I go like, I post my video once a week.
Yeah.
And then like once every 3 months, I go like, I forgot to post on TikTok. And then I like post a bunch of videos and they do okay. But very inconsistent.
I totally get that. I'm way too on the internet.
Yeah.
And I had to actually inform you of TikTok speak a second ago.
You did, yeah. I don't know any lingo.
And good for you. And how can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 27.
And I'm legitimately a decade older than you. I'm like actually a decade older than you.
I do feel like 80 sometimes because I don't know any terms. Like my best friend came over like a year ago to my house and she was like petting my dog and she was like, he's so baby girl. And I was like, what
That's
is
very
that?
niche though.
I was like, what is that? But it's like a very like online term. You know what I mean? I was like, what is baby girl?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, he's a boy. Okay, sure. Anyway.
Yeah. So, but you have, you are a hilarious comedian. We recently did a show together. Shout out to Stuffed Bethany, a friend of the show. Stuffed Cabbage. Stuffed Bethany, Stuffed Cabbage and Alina Kunin's show. But you have a show at the Hollywood Fringe Festival, just like me. It's called Hidden Gem. Correct? Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to read a little bit about the show right now, okay?
Go for it.
I do my research on this.
Yeah, I love when other people read aloud things that I've written.
You wrote it? Oh, I got ChatGPT to write mine. Okay, that's good for you.
The smart decision, probably.
So your Fringe show is called Hidden Gem. It's about a poorly timed panic attack which causes Viva to barricade herself into the only available bathroom at a party. And according to the description page, it's a 60-minute show about mental illness and swearing.
Are you reading the content warning?
But also, it's a storytelling show that considers contains some very fun dark humor. And which I love. I love me some dark humor.
Yeah.
So you suffer from panic attacks?
Used to, yeah.
Used to.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get over it?
Just kind of like woke up one day and was like, I'm not mentally ill anymore.
What?
And that worked for a bit.
That's awesome. Oh, just a bit.
It waxes and wanes, I would say. Yeah, I think it's all, not to be one of those people, those people who tell you like allergies are psychosomatic and they're like, you actually just have to like manifest not being allergic to peanuts. That's kind of me a little bit.
I'm like that with cat allergies.
Cat allergies? Yeah. A lot of people are. They just get cats anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I read somewhere that like 50% of cat owners are allergic.
Yeah, my wife included. She snuggles up to that thing and that cat will kill her eventually.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I disagree with that decision. But
yeah. But so you decided that you don't want to have panic attacks
I just
anymore.
got over it one day. I just said like, not worth my time.
Not worth your time.
Yeah.
How much time would you say it was taking you up every day?
My anxiety?
Yeah.
About 20 hours out of 24 maybe.
And then
I have
some
insomnia.
of your sleeping hours.
I have insomnia, so actually it does take up about half my sleep.
So 4 beautiful hours every
I get
day.
about 4 hours of sleep, and then the rest is like, what if this happens?
Yeah. Oh, wow. So lots of, would you say?
Lots of hypothetical scenarios.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a great writer, you would say.
I come up with the worst case scenario like that. So yeah, I'm pretty good at writing stuff.
Okay. Lots of doomsday prepping.
Lots of doomsday. I was really trying to get a staff writing job on Veep. Didn't happen, but here we are. I think I would have been a great candidate.
So you, not to, we're obviously making light. I've suffered from panic attacks myself. Very randomly. It's not fun. I'm on. I tried white knuckling it for a long time in my life, but I just decided, you know what?
You're on the pills.
I'm just gonna get on them pills. And
which one are you on?
I'm
if you don't mind me asking.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I've talked high heaven about it. Zoloft.
Got it.
Gotta love me a Zoloft. Mine would manifest sometimes in anger and stuff, and so I just was like, I don't want to.
That's fair. If you're like a big man and it manifests in anger, you gotta curb that shit.
Yeah, when my dog would be like scared of me, I'd just be like, yeah, I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine does too, but I kind of just, punch some pillows and we move on.
Pillows.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was
safe.
I was on Lexapro for 8 years, and then I talk about this in my show. I decided, I read a book and I went, you know what? I don't believe in it anymore. And
what was the book? That sounds like a great book. Was the Bible?
Very intense, like science or like research heavy book. Not very sexy, but it's called Lost Connections by Johann Hari. If you ever want to get your shit rocked, can I say shit?
Yeah.
If you ever just really want to alter your worldview, read a Johann Hari book.
Okay.
Because those are like, it's like Malcolm Gladwell level, like it is my personality a little bit. You know what I mean?
I've heard that name before, yeah.
Yeah. His main one is called Stolen Focus, and it's all about just like what phones do to our brain chemistry, essentially.
Okay. Wow.
Very bummer reads. You will just be like, oh God, at the end.
But you
real hopeless stuff.
And it helped you.
Yeah. Yes and no.
Okay.
I got off Lexapro and now I'm more unhappy. But I do think it was the right decision. It's funny because I got off Lexapro and I'm very much like, this was the right call. And my mom and my boyfriend are like, you should get back on pills.
Really?
Yeah.
Even now?
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Really? So this is all part of your journey currently?
Yeah, I would say it's still part of the journey. It really like, there's ups and downs, but I think that's the point. Like, because I got off pills and I was at a really good place in my life when I got off pills. So things were going great. And then now I'm a little bit more stressed and things are kind of piling on a little bit more. And so now my family are like, I think you should take pills. And I just resent the idea of like, you're doing badly, you should take pills, I think. Because in my mind, I'm kind of like, when my experience with Lexapro at least was like, I felt very brain foggy all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I think that I shouldn't have to numb my personality to be acceptable in society.
Do you think you would get shunned? You were getting shunned a lot as your society, as like, I don't know, like as by your peers or something?
No, I just am very nervous, and I think like what happens when you're very anxious, and I don't know if this happens with you, but like your loved ones obviously like experience some of that in the sense that like something that helps with me is to sit Ben, my boyfriend, down and be like, let me tell you the 300 things that I'm worried about right now. And then we'll talk through one by one why they're fine.
Yeah.
And obviously that's tiring. So to some extent, like,
and as a comedian,
you don't want to put that on other people.
100%. I struggle with, as a comedian, I just know how to fucking monologue at somebody. And as with my wife, I'm just like, okay, I got to find that's why therapy's great, because I got to find somebody else to monologue to,
Yeah.
I feel, shout out to partners of comedians, because boy, do they, this is just a yapping.
Love a long story.
Yeah.
A long story.
I hope they do.
So many side tangents.
My wife has ADD, so it helps me like, okay, I gotta punch this up.
She's only in it for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta
totally.
I gotta tighten it up.
Totally get that.
But so going back to your Fringe show.
Yes.
How does this relate to you having one in a bathroom at a party?
Yes. So, it's kind of like a storytelling stand-up show. So it like is one overarching story, and then it kind of like petals out into my stand-up bits. The panic attack is just kind of like the dramatic structure that takes us through the story of the night.
Are you telling it all kind of within this within the bathroom sort of thing?
Not the like petals of stand-up and storytelling, which are my side tangents, if you will. So it's kind of like a long side tangent, as a lot of stand-up hours are. But the main story is about, you know, having this panic attack, and then ultimately kind of my decision to reframe my mental illness. And at the end of the hour, I will declare myself no longer mentally ill. So figure out how I do that.
And you're currently saying you are mentally ill.
No, I'm currently still claiming not mentally ill.
Currently.
I just don't have a personality that's tolerable to society. There's a difference.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Can I look at the camera? I don't know what the fucking podcast is.
Go ahead.
I've done like one other podcast.
Look to the camera. Talk straight into the microphone.
I'm not mentally ill. I'm just intolerable.
And you do realize a lot of mentally ill people say, you know what? I don't think enough mentally, and you're not. I'm not saying this. But if a lot of people who say that they're mentally unwell, they're just like, I'm not mentally unwell. I just have a terrible personality.
Yeah.
I think that's a great reframing.
It's valid.
You know how like in the early 2000s when like Bluetooth was coming out and people were like, oh, we should just be giving those to the like crazy people on the street.
Yeah.
This is the new reframing of that. We should be like, mentally unwell people, we should just tell them they have terrible personalities, like the Karens on the street who are going crazy.
Yeah, I think in some circumstances, it is a scapegoat to the villains of society to say like, they're probably mentally unwell. Like some of them aren't. Some of them are just terrible people.
They're just terrible people. They have their darkness in their hearts. And you're not that though. You just
I have darkness in my heart. But I am currently claiming not mentally ill. So come to the show, see if you agree or disagree. Maybe you disagree.
But speaking of darkness in your heart, one of my favorite jokes of yours is the origin of your first name.
Oh, yes.
You were very scared. You were very scared about that transition.
I didn't know what joke you were gonna say, and I'm glad it's that one.
Yeah. So, what is your real first name? Viva.
My Viva is my real name, but it's a nickname.
It's a nickname.
My full name is Genevieve Ursula Rose.
Genevieve Ursula Rose.
Ursula's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a two-parter.
It's not. It's not.
That's just my full name.
It's not a dash.
Thank God it's not a dash. No. Can you imagine? Although my mom's, so I have two moms. My moms did tell me that they were like, do you want to know what your name was going to be if we didn't go with that one?
Oh, what was it?
And I was like, sure. And they said it was a two-parter. This was a two-part first name. They said if they didn't name me Genevieve, they were going to name me Simone Anais.
Whoa.
And I was like, I love Genevieve Ursula Rose. That's great.
Anais? What?
I don't fucking know.
What is that?
It's like...
That sounds like...
It's like a Latin name. I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Are you...
Latin American? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was like, where do they come up with this shit? I'm like, what about Hannah? Like...
I guess Ursula, I guess it comes from like Latin America.
Ursula is just like fully Latin because it's like Ursa for bear, I think is the root of it.
So that's your nationality? Is that where you're from?
I'm white.
You're white?
Yeah. I'm just a white person.
You're just a
My
white
mom
person?
grew up in Mexico.
Okay.
So she has like some origins there. And then I have a lot of European family. So like, I don't know.
Okay. So just...
There's no reasoning for any of this.
Interesting.
They're just really dramatic.
But also big Disney fans too. With the Ursula? No?
That's just the joke. That's just in my joke.
Okay.
But no, they earnestly named me Genevieve, as I say in my joke, because my mom went into labor while they were watching the Titanic, and Genevieve does mean white wave. And so I went up to them and I was like, did you name me after the fucking iceberg? Like, white wave, what are we talking? The Titanic? Like, what were you thinking? I don't understand. And then Ursula, I was like, so what's that? And Ursula's for bear. My mom said that a few nights before they had me. My mom had a dream where a bear was like floating down a river and brought her to me in a carriage in like a little basket. She was like, I had this dream that a bear brought you to me in a basket.
You were like a white Moses.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I am Moses.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what a name. Hard to live up to be honest.
Truthfully, what a diva.
Yeah.
A diva. And you would consider yourself a diva, right?
I think so. And it's ironic too because my name's Viva and a lot of times people mishear it as diva and they just fully go like, hi diva. And I go like, okay.
Hey, that's one you keep.
Yeah.
People say my last name is messy ass. And I'm like, at this point, I'm keeping it.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like that you named your show Messy Ass.
Thank you so much. It's, it's about my messy ass life. And because people's lives are messy,
That's true.
We all have messy lives. And that's, we're actually going to be rebranding this podcast for this month. We're rebranding the wildness to focus on the messy stuff in the world.
Speaking of messy.
Okay.
I did burp while you were saying that, and I'm worried that I picked up on the mic. So if you need to re-say that, let me know. I don't know how sensitive these mics are.
I will. You know what? I
shouldn't have gone with the bubbly water.
You know what? It's all part of the mess. It's all.
Okay. Keep going about your messy rebranding of the podcast.
All part of the mess. You. Yeah. So to help market market the show, I want to talk about the messy things happening in the world. We usually talk about the wild things happening in the world, but we're all messy. Our lives are a little messy. My life is a little messy. I think we all have some messy stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, you talked about your panic attacks.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever experienced a panic attack in a place aside from the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever experience a panic attack that maybe you thought later that this is like a hilarious place to have a panic attack?
That's a good question. I wish I had like a super interesting answer, but I feel like the ironic thing about panic attacks is they usually like start in one location, but they always end in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like
they always go in the bathroom.
Start in public, and then you go like, I've gotta go, and then no one like sees the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's usually just me being like at any social event.
Uh-huh.
I've had a lot of panic attacks at museums, which I think is like a little bit funny because it's like you're just staring at someone's art and you're like, oh no,
it'll never be as good as this.
Yeah, like I don't know, just. Yeah, I've noticed like a pattern of I get a little bit claustrophobic. So like if I'm just in kind of like a room and there's a lot of people like that used to. So like for all of college, any art exhibit I would go to and just be like, I've got to get out of here.
Is there something that triggers you that would trigger you the most in your panic attack?
Well, so
aside from like groups,
I get like really nervous about being sweaty. It's like something I'm a very like self-fulfilling prophecies are my thing. So like I suffer from self-fulfilling prophecies. That is a mental illness that I've just diagnosed.
Gotcha.
Where like my anxiety works where I'll be going to some social thing or I'll be performing. This used to happen when I did theater where I'd be like, man, I have to be on stage for 60 minutes straight. It would be really bad if I sweat so much that it looked like I was in a shower the whole time in front of an audience of 100 people. And then I would sweat so much that it looked like I was in a shower the whole time. You kind of
almost like forced yourself.
I don't know if you've seen that like Jordan Peele meme where it's like dripping. Like that would literally, that's what I would get to. Because I'm capable of doing that with my mind.
That's like a powerful mind.
I know. So that's what would happen where I would, because theater and everyone's so extra and directors would always be like, what if instead of getting off stage, we did a tableau and you actually had to stand on stage for an hour and a half going like this.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh, great, cool. I'm going to have a panic attack.
You went to theater school, right?
Yeah.
I had a minor in theater, but I spent a lot of time in theater because my music school was incredibly toxic.
Fair enough.
It was like that
you thought
movie.
Theater was better? That's a weird call, but okay.
Everybody was so much more loving. It was just like, yeah, you could do whatever you want here. And music school was like, you'll never amount to anything. So
I saw Whiplash.
Yeah. It's pretty much was Whiplash. But it was always funny hanging out with everybody because it was just the wildest. They were just the wildest people trying to escape the wildest situations from their home.
Yeah.
I went to school with somebody whose dad was like a famous rapper who just didn't acknowledge him as a person.
That's crazy.
It was and we would just have fun, wild. It was just a fun playground of people, I guess. The type of people you would meet in theater. But typically, lots of partying.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
God, theater people know how to get down.
They really do. I guess my point being is the people that you would meet in theater is helped me expand my mind. And lots of wild people, I guess. Would you say that is the case for you?
I don't think so, to be honest. But I've done theater from like the age of 5, and I
Really?
also grew up around like 400 lesbians. So like,
Oh,
I didn't
right. Yeah.
really feel like that culture shocked by theater. I feel like if anything,
You grew up
my
in
experience. I
Palo
grew up in Palo
Alto?
Alto, yeah, Bay
Right.
Area. My experience with theater school in college was like there were some like white guys from very conservative towns who were like, I'm handsome, I'm gonna be the next Tom Cruise. And they had a very hard time in theater school because they were like, I have to be around queer people.
Yeah.
And like one of them genuinely got kicked out of our group chat. Like,
Whoa.
yeah, like someone just finally was like, I've had enough of your shit, and like kicked him out of our group me with like 80 people.
That's fucking
and everyone
messy.
was like,
Wait. So how did that happen?
it was like a 4-year, like it actually was not until our senior year that someone actually kicked him out of the group chat. But he was like very fucking weird and super religious, like very Christian, and like just very clearly like everyone came to theater school for different reasons, but there's always like, especially because I went to school in LA, and like there's always people who come just to be like, I'm gonna be in the movies, like I think I'm a leading man, and
Yeah.
it's like very like no creative bone in them. They're just
Yes.
like they want to be on TV.
Yeah.
And like I went to my freshman year was 2016, so Trump won like
Oh.
3 months into
Yeah.
the freshman year, and we found out later he like didn't follow politics at all. He just like picked a candidate, which is the weirdest part about all of this.
What?
But he like messaged in our group chat the night that Trump won and just went like, yay, so happy Trump won, to like 80 people that he barely knew yet. And like the crazy thing is that he didn't he didn't look up he didn't know anything about the policy. He wasn't even like, oh, I'm super like
That's crazy.
Republican. He was just like, looked this guy up once, seems cool. And so from that point on, everyone was like, fuck this guy. And then we all like managed to tolerate him for 4 years. And then senior year 2020, COVID happened. We all got sent home.
Oh
we were
my
doing
God.
school online. And then the George Floyd murder happened at the same time. So it was like COVID, and at the same time, everyone was out protesting. So it was like so much was going on.
Holy shit.
And, you know, all of the like school programs were like virtue signaling and
Yes.
trying to be like, okay, like we're going to have like town halls and like
Yeah.
hear from all the students of color, like
Yeah.
how they're feeling. And there was like 2 students of color in each year. And they were like, yeah, this program's terrible. You guys are super racist. And it was like, just like a lot. And it was like, yeah, good. Like you
Yeah.
guys should get yelled at for an
Yeah, yeah.
hour. Like
Yeah.
there's like one token student of color in each year that they like typecast very specific. Like it was just like totally merited. But anyway, so this kid, the fucking yay Trump white boy, was like decided to come in because there was a lot of messaging in our group me at the time being like, if you're going out to protests, like here's the info you need to know, like stay safe from cops. Like it was just a lot of like logistics
Right. Yeah.
in our group chat, but it was a lot of talk about like the Black Lives Matter protests.
Uh-huh.
And he finally like sent this message a couple like days even probably to this like logistics talk about like standing up for Black lives, and was like, if we could just keep this chat about like theater related stuff, like that would be great. That's what he decided to say.
But I do sort of get that though. I mean,
do
like,
you though? Like,
okay.
think
first
about
off,
the context of what's going on.
I truly like.
And also, we were all at home. No one was at camp. Like, mute the group chat if you don't want to hear about Black Lives Matter
It's
protests.
so funny. Like, first off, fuck that guy. He's sounds like a piece of shit. But it's so funny of like our generation, like your generation, my generation's difference of you just this whole story of you saying that your whole class was on a fucking group chat. I'm getting a panic attack right now.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Well,
fucking nightmare
that's
to
what's
me.
so crazy about
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That's bonkers. That is absolutely insane. This is why they invented Facebook, guys.
Yeah.
There's a Facebook group. That's what we had. It was great.
But I think like that's what made his comment so much more racist was because it
Yeah.
was like we all muted that group chat freshman year.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's a group chat with 80
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So it was like, you need this group chat. When has this group chat ever been theater related?
Oh, that's
this
true.
group chat is always like, we pull it up to the club.
Oh, okay.
Who's in?
Okay.
It's never once been theater related.
Oh, okay,
and he had
okay,
to be
okay.
like, if we could keep this chat on topic while we're all at home on Zoom
And
for
then we
COVID.
cut to him like it's like scroll up. yay Trump. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
So my friend Irving, like literally after that comment, just like literally removed it. Well, I think he sent one message being like, fuck you, I've had enough of your shit. And then he removed him. And
That's
then he
fair.
messaged being like, if anybody else has anything to say like that, let me know. I'm happy to kick you out right now.
Hell yeah.
And everyone was just like, great. You got it, Irving.
That's awesome. I could not imagine going to college around that time. I couldn't imagine going to college now because that shit is crazy now. But yeah, the COVID times, Black Lives Matters, George Floyd shit.
Yeah, that
Insane.
wasn't even that happened. And so it was like a very eventful senior year, but also like, and then Trump's first election also happened. But we also I had like maybe half of my finals canceled because UCLA was on fire.
Ugh.
So like, I think the amount that I actually went to school was like so limited. Like I graduated summa cum laude.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
nice.
I'm like, I didn't take half of my finals.
Whoa.
Like,
what?
yeah.
Whoa. That's rad though.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Congrats.
I'm still incredibly smart, but
Just to qualify that.
but I did get sent home for wildfires and a global pandemic as well, and then
Whoa.
was told that I could just take the final as extra credit. So
What?
yeah, pretty
did
cool.
you?
No, most of them no. There were a couple teachers
Yeah,
that
fuck that.
made us take them still. And we were
Okay.
like, "Are you fucking kidding?" But they were like,
Yeah.
"You just have to literally do it. We're not going to grade it."
Wild.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
so crazy. Good
School
for you.
is fake when the
School-
earth is crumbling.
It's all
Yeah.
it's all part of the system. That's so crazy though. I see. A friend of mine said recently that she's an immigrant. She moved to America in 2016, and I was like, oh man, like you really
Yeah, bad time.
bad time. Like oh man, like the Obama years. Chef's
My
kiss.
aunt.
I went to college during 2018, 26. Like, yes, financial crisis, terrible. But I was in school during that time. I didn't have to, I wasn't worried about getting a job because I was like, I'm sure they'll figure it out once I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
and they kind of did, right? And it was just, it was, new girl.
Wait, did you say you went to school in 2018?
I was in school in 2018. I was in my kind of I was a late bloomer, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
but
did.
like, I was gonna say, it sounds like we were in school at the same time, though.
Oh, did I say 2018?
Yeah.
Sorry, 2008. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was like, you went to school later than I did.
No, sorry. 2008.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, sorry.
Got it.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, new girl, Lumineers, Mumford and Sons. It was a great time to be alive, y'all.
I think everyone was just drunk and didn't realize.
Oh, yeah, we're just
anything that was about to happen.
All just
yeah.
wearing our stupid hats and suspenders and just really embracing the culture.
I do often think about the fact that all art and pop culture that was generated from 2000 to 2015 was literally just along the lines of we're getting fucked. Tonight's gonna be a night to remember forever.
We're gonna
and
live
then
forever.
everything from when I went to college on was everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. What's the point? Billie Eilish is
help
literally
a friend out.
"You're
I'm on
dead
so
to
much
me."
meds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Well, speaking of helping a friend
Yeah.
out, there is a trend online where lots of people actually suffer from panic attacks. Did you know it's not just you?
I actually never knew that. No.
You don't?
Wow.
There's videos of actual people who are trained professionals, apparently. I guess supposedly.
Like doctors?
Some of them are just
What kind of trained professional that's not some sort of licensed therapist or doctor?
They just say they're experts.
Okay.
It's the internet.
Trained sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got trained professionld now that's ahead
Very
of
loose term. I'm a trained professional actor.
Yeah, RFK is a trained professional, and look at him now. Look at him now. Look what you could just when you say you're a professional. Look where they are now. This is the world we live in. But I want to show you.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see. So if you want to pop on those headphones.
Oh yes.
So this guy, he says he's going to help. He wants to help you with your with your panic attack.
I'm having a really bad panic attack right now. I don't know if I can make it through it, and I'm just really shaking, and I don't know what. Help me, people. Calm down. Calm down. You look like a little Looney Tune.
Okay, so we're seeing a man in a diner.
He's not having a panic attack.
He's in a diner. The beads were a giveaway. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, it looks like. And it was a fake out, y'all. sorry, did that, and you're saying that didn't seem real.
Yeah, no.
No.
That did definitely not.
Okay,
I
so.
don't know what. Help me, people. Help. Calm down. Calm down. You look like a little Looney Tune. Stop.
So he's insulting the people
Yeah,
he wants to
yeah,
help right away. Great.
Oh, he's the doctor. He's the trained professional.
He's the trained professional.
Okay.
So he's
he
telling
looks
people-
like he would try to sell me creatine. But
Yeah,
sure.
he looks like a real estate agent. Truthfully.
Okay.
Like one of those ones that says, "I'm not actually. This is my side gig." Okay, so he's already insulting the people he wants to help. So let's see what happens.
Stop it. You're going to be fine.
Oh.
You do this every day. Okay? You can wait till this evening. We can wait till this afternoon to get through this, or we can do the 5-to-1 therapy right now. I'm going to do it with you. It's going to take about a minute. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Everybody,
talking
you
to
don't
us
need
later, I guess.
to be driving. Just have a seat. You don't need a pen and paper. You don't need a journal. All we're going to do is do a little bit of grounding technique.
Okay,
Are you
let's
guys
do it.
ready?
Let's do some grounding
Okay, I want you to
technique.
see 5 things in your immediate
We're
area. I'll do
supposed
it
to
with
do it
you.
with him? Okay.
Don't say it. Just see it.
Okay, just
Okay, I'm done. Tell me when you're done. I'll give you 5 seconds.
okay. We're gonna ground.
You're going to be fine. Relax.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Tell me to relax.
Keep telling me to
now
relax.
Touch 4 things. Touch 4 things.
Okay.
Focus.
Jesus. All
1,
right.
2,
Jesus. Touching
3, 4.
things.
Focus. Just do the exercise. It's not going to kill you. You're not too good for this.
All
Let's
right.
go. Tell me when you're done. I didn't mean to be rough on you there. Sorry, but come on. Let's get going. Set your
Good that he's
intention. Let's roll.
self-aware.
He's like like an army sergeant, a little bit of stop getting bad.
I just think it's so questionable that he thinks he's helping you from having a panic attack and he's yelling at me and he's talking so quickly. And he also gave me a time limit on finding 5 things I can see.
Come on, hurry up. Chop.
Don't give me a time limit. That's a panic attack right there.
Do you think this would have helped you in your
Oh my God, I'm
bathroom?
stressed just from watching that.
Do you think? I think he's going to help make people have.
Who has
panic
ever
attacks.
been like, I'm an anxiety coach. Get down and give me 20. Like, what is going on? He's like a drill sergeant.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now we're going to hear 3 things. I hear the music. I hear someone talking. And I heard someone back in the kitchen.
I hear mostly
Right.
you talking, to be
Now, if
honest.
you can't
with
hear 3 things, you want to imagine 1 or 2 or whatever. Okay?
He's so cocky, by the
Now
way.
we're going to smell.
Why is he's like, I got this.
He
I'm
doesn't
crushing
have
it.
anxiety. So actually, he's figured it out and you need his help.
I wonder. I personally, to me, it's like this video. It seems like he's having a panic attack, and he's filming himself, coaching himself through a panic attack.
Yeah, it is giving the vibe of everything's gonna be okay. I don't believe you. Why are you shouting?
He's like creating his own content about his own panic attack, which is like,
oh my God.
content creation culture is insane.
2 things. I am smelling my veggie, chicken lettuce wraps, my veggie wraps from P.F. Chang.
He's at B.F. Chang's. We have learned.
Him at a P.F. Chang's
Whole
is
new lens on
so
this video.
fucking perfect to me.
He does not rent an office space. He works from P.F. Chang's.
I smell a spice. Besides that, and again, I smell McDonald's French fries. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay,
Well, that's
Now, when
not good,
Plot
dude.
twist. He's having a stroke.
you to taste one thing from maybe this morning or what you're going to eat later. I'll give you 5 seconds for this one. 5, 4, hurry up.
Stop,
Oh
dude.
my
One thing.
God. Stop fucking
I
shouting
bet you
at
forgot
me.
about what you were worried about, didn't you? Yeah, so
Yeah, I
Okay.
forgot about what I was worried about because now I'm worried about you.
Oh my God.
That's a valid tactic. Like, don't be stressed. I'm gonna chase you down a block. Oh, you were stressed about your career? What if I pulled out a knife?
It's like
Oh, you don't have enough TikTok followers? How about my fucking gun, bitch?
that is a drill sergeant technique, though. I think I remember a movie of being like, "What's that? You're scared? And they break your hand." It's like, now you're not worried about being scared anymore. You're worried about your hand being broken.
Totally. That is a tactic.
That is a tactic.
Will send you to prison. But
So crazy.
the thing is like the 5 things I can see, 4 things I can touch,
Yeah.
3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, 1 thing I can taste. Valid technique.
Yeah.
It's just this man read it on the internet and is like shouting it at you. Like, I don't.
To be shouted at it's pretty wild. And I think this cocky smile, is so funny to me. He's definitely in Hollywood. That's what it screams to me. To a PF Chang's
at the Hollywood PF Chang's
at the bar at the PF Chang's too. That's what I love to film this. So funny to me. Would you want to do a wild improvement of this?
Okay,
of
yeah.
this scene?
How do we do it?
Okay, so where we're gonna we're inside PF Chang's.
Okay.
And well, one of us has to be this guy.
Okay.
I don't want to put you in a situation where I might make you have a panic attack.
Oh,
so
sure.
do you want to be the guy? And I'll
Sure.
be so
Or are you gonna be the waiter?
I'll be the waiter. I'll be the waiter. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we cut to the scene. We're in PF Chang's. Excuse me, sir. Here's your lettuce wraps.
Okay, TikTok. Everybody, calm the fuck down, you little cuckoo bears.
Oh, sorry. Sorry to interrupt. Didn't want to. Content creation is so important. I do videos as well. But sorry. Just here's your lettuce, sir. I just.
You seem like you're having a fucking panic attack, you little pussy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
What, are you worried about your job?
Yeah, I am actually. It's a very stressful day today, and yeah.
Okay, you guys. So here's a perfect example of someone who's a little bitch.
Oh,
Let's
hey.
get him on
Oh,
camera.
I don't want to be filmed right
so
now.
something
Actually,
that he could be doing to make this better. Have you ever tried smelling the air?
Well, I do breathe out of my nose sometimes. Truthfully, you're kind of stressing me out a little bit, sir. I have so many more other tables.
Currently having a panic attack. This is good. Could you do it into the camera?
Well, sir, I don't want to ruin my tip here. But whatever I need to say.
I do not have any money. I was gonna dine and dash in the first place.
Okay, that actually makes me more scared now.
So what you guys can notice is they're calling the cops on me.
Yeah,
I'm not stressed,
I'm
and I think that's important to note. Do you see how I keep a level head?
Amazing. Great stuff. Thank
you.
I think we improved that situation.
I do think so. I earnestly think he's not wearing shoes in that restaurant.
100% the cops did get called by that people, for sure.
I just am so concerned that, like, I really thought he was in a PF Chang's, and then he was like, I smell French fries. What the heck? Like, what is going on in that man's mind?
He went to the hospital. But real quickly, just to put a little bit of a button on the story, there actually is very helpful people out there. If anybody does suffer panic attacks.
Is this a real helpful one?
These are actually helpful things. I mean, they're kind of funny.
I'll be the judge. We'll see.
Yeah, let me know, actually.
Okay, he's an ER doctor.
He's an ER doctor. So yeah, it's just we're watching somebody suffer from
I'm an ER doctor, and I'm going to show you one of the coolest ways.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Backward
Hold
hats,
on.
ER doctor is interesting.
Same exact vibe as the last guy. What do you only watch, like, scary Midwestern bros give fucking panic attack advice?
This is my look at me. And look at my algorithm. It's maybe this is what it is. I just Googled panic attack. This is what happens.
First of all, I only want a woman or a non-binary person to calm me down from the dark place. I've never once been like, I wish there was a super buff guy to make me feel better about this. All right.
So here we go.
Panic or anxiety attack. Sour candies.
I'm sorry. I don't believe this man is an ER doctor. I don't want to be appearancist. But I think he's lying.
Wait, you don't think Sour Patch Candies are a good treatment to?
Let's see what he has to say.
How sour? The more sour, the better. Why? Because the intense sour taste acts as...
Sour Patch Kid doesn't have levels.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you're right. Yeah.
I guess they have one extreme sour.
No,
version?
there's like flavors, I guess.
You can buy like super sour candy,
like
though,
one
but
of those
it's not.
sour
Sour
balls.
Patch Kids are not sour.
Yeah. The sour, the
How
better.
sour?
Shock
The
to your
most
nervous
sour.
system, which helps redirect your focus away from the racing thoughts or overwhelming feelings of anxiety. This sudden shift.
Now, do you think that is all true at all?
So if you're having a panic attack, one like legitimate thing that I've heard, and this isn't like totally off, is like you put your hands in a bowl of ice, right? Or like
that's what he's about to say.
Yeah, okay.
He says
activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which then helps you calm down. This works similar to other grounding
At least he
techniques.
could say the word parasympathetic. I'm proud of him.
Well, this
little ice in the back of the neck.
Not quite the same thing, but okay.
It says doctor.
No, you're right. His
Dr. Joe.
His handle is Dr. Joe. So kind of like Dr. Phil.
This one it might be.
Is
more
it the
common.
same kind of guy? Because is it going to be literally an identical twin?
No, this one's good. I promise.
Oh my god.
You're having a panic attack right now. I'm going to help you out in 3, 2, 1. Just say hi to your panic right now. Just
you know what? I'm more on board for this guy. He's got a funky beard. He's wearing a weird fedora.
Yes. And I do want to point out, these are the people, the top 3 people that show up
on your feed.
When I searched panic attack relief, this is what's on
But did
TikTok.
you search it like in your own TikTok? Because TikTok still like feeds you like.
Is that how the search?
Think you'll like.
I think in the search it's just top view.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. It's not my algorithm that pops up. But I will agree. This
Concerning.
guy, I watched this. This guy still seemed pretty legit though.
say, hey, panic. Hey, fucker, I see you.
Okay.
Acknowledge it.
Again, just a real intense vibe. I feel for no reason.
Hey, fucker. Hey, panic.
Hey, fucker. Hey, panic. Do it. Hey, fucker.
I
hey,
just
panic.
need men to stop bossing me around is ultimately, I think, my only desire for peace.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Instead of fighting it, just say hi to it. Hello. Invite it here to this video, to this practice. Say, hey, panic.
He's just trying to get more followers.
Come sit
Yeah,
with me.
everyone loves an
Come follow me.
interactive video.
You realize you're starting to feel better. Just acknowledge
Have
the
you
panic.
seen that video, that like a really off-putting video of like Jesse Williams, the actor? Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
He's like really light skinned. He has like bright blue eyes, and he kind of just like goes like, "Hey, like tell me what's up," and then he goes like, and then he just like stares at the camera for like 3 minutes. Like that's all I want from. That's the content that I want from men. Honestly, it's so fucking creepy, but at least they're not shouting at me.
Just a listener. What would you suggest to calm down a panic attack? What do you do to calm down your panic attack?
That's a really good question. I wish I could sound like I had a super good answer.
Pet your dog.
Usually, I mean, earnestly, like I feel like if I'm really panicking, I usually just end up like crying, and then that like relieves a lot of tension because you like hold tension in your chest, and then if you like start sobbing, then you're like, okay, like the tension's kind of gone. I haven't found like if someone tries to tell me to like visualize stuff, I'm like, that's fucking useless. Like I'm literally like because it's like a physical feeling. So for someone to be like, calm down, or like think about being calm, like I don't know. I feel like the thing that people always tell you, like, or tell people who have panic attacks is like, you just have to tell yourself over and over again that like it's gonna be over in like 15, like you just keep saying like this will pass, like it's gonna be over soon.
Yeah.
And it sounds stupid, but I feel like that's like the only thing you can, because I just think it's dumb to try and be like, I'm gonna snap you out of it.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not a magician. Like
just like let it pass. Like
also,
you said,
like,
ebbs and flows.
never underestimate how much I can continue to panic. Like it's just, oh my God.
There's so much anxiety out in the world, you know? Like you could just...
There's always a worse scenario that I can come up with in my head.
And you're very good at that.
I'm very good at that.
There's 20 hours in the day to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good to know that that's how you handle your panic attacks. But I don't want to set you off in a panic attack because I'm going to surprise you with something right now.
Okay.
It's the last segment of the show.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
So don't be so panicked about it. But so this
don't be panicked.
Hey,
watch my video,
calm down,
you piece of shit.
Calm down. So we're going to do the final thing here. We are going to do the wild wheel.
Okay.
Okay. So the wild wheel is slightly changed a little bit. It's a mix of a few games.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my spin here.
More.
Let's see. Here we go.
I guess you get to pick which one you want more.
Yeah, let's do opinion. This is a fun game. I'm going to go on, are you a big Reddit person?
No.
You're not. This is crazy.
I do go on Reddit. Reddit is like my Yelp.
Okay.
I use Reddit for recommendations.
100%.
Which you should all be doing too, because if you didn't know, Yelp is only used by people over the age of 75. And Reddit is where people my age actually say what restaurants.
Yeah, 100%.
To,
the Reddit is the internet, but good.
Yeah.
I think.
Also because I don't like to like look up things in a sophisticated way. I like to go like, does anyone have a good Chinese restaurant in the San Fernando Valley area? And like, that's how I type things into Google. Yeah. And then there's always like an exact Reddit.
Exactly.
Post where someone asked that.
Yeah.
So.
It's the best version of the internet.
Yeah.
It's what the internet was like before social media. Okay. So this is I'm going to go on our unpopular opinion.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones, but I'm going to ask you to scroll through this and find an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
And
do I like scroll random or do I look through them?
Just look through them, find one, and I'm gonna have to defend that unpopular opinion.
You're going to have to. Okay.
As if it's my own.
Okay. I agree with a lot of these so far, so I'm trying to find a more difficult one.
And they can be as hard as you want, even as problematic as you want. It's part of the game.
These are all so true.
Well, give me a true one. Let's see.
Okay, here's an example of a true one.
Okay.
Maybe you're gonna disagree with me. The new live action remakes should not be called live action when the main characters are still animated. I believe that.
Yeah.
I agree. If it's partially animated, I don't think it's like the like
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch and the Lion King was like mostly CGI.
That's not live action.
There's no humans in it.
It's just CGI.
Yeah, so I'm gonna find you a better one.
Okay.
Like, okay, there's another one. Bars that show movies instead of sports are more fun. Like, that's valid.
That's super valid. But okay, I'm gonna disagree with you then. So you agree that bars with movies are more fun than bars with sports. So I hear you and I see how that might be good, but I disagree because if there is a good movie playing at that bar, the bar becomes not as fun because everybody's watching the show. Everybody's watching the TV.
But people watch sports.
But people and sports is geared towards having breaks and having discourse where you can talk, and not everybody is going to watch the game the whole time. But a movie, everybody loves watching that movie, and you could potentially just watch that movie the whole time, and everybody shut up. I remember one time, what was it like? I think it was like Godfather, watching this just completely shut down a whole bar at like Saturday night downtown.
In like a bad way?
In like a way that was just like everybody was just watching it. It was like a packed night, really cool bar. There was like one of those ones with like hatchet thrown and stuff like that.
Shit.
It was like a cool bar.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, and everybody was just like, yeah.
Killed the vibe.
It just killed the vibe.
What is true, because it's like you could watch a movie at home.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
you can't hear a movie in the bar
unless
everyone is silent.
And that's everybody was like, everybody shut the fuck up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, do you not want another one then?
I'll take another one, yeah.
Living with parents as an adult is beneficial.
Living with parents as an adult is beneficial. So easy. One, you save money, obviously.
True.
Obviously. Secondly, you bring a person home, your partner home. You don't have to, if they're down for the long haul, you know it. Hey, I live with my parents. Oh, if they run for the hills, you're not the one.
You're not worried at all about if they're super down though. Like, you like that vibe on the other hand?
Hey, if they're super down off the...
You bring a girl home to your parents and she's like, great. Are you happy about that?
Hey, if I'm living with my parents as an adult, I'm gonna need somebody quick. I'm gonna need somebody to get me. There's not a lot of options to.
If she likes it, what if she likes it too much? What if she's like, I'm moving in?
Then. And
then she's like, breakfast, please.
Then I'm serving everybody.
I like Fruit Loops.
Oh, she's not. Yeah. Oh, then she's like
she's a baby voice.
She's too. A baby. Oh, yeah. She's one of those baby voice.
Yeah.
Thirdly, you know what? You spend more time with them, and you know it's as they get older, it's just more important.
Yeah.
You get to, our parents, they're getting elderly these days. Who knows how long they have left in their lives. And I'd just rather spend some time, my last years hating them for a very long time before they pass away. You
want to spend your last years hating them?
Yeah. I would rather.
Oh, that way it's easier when they go.
If
you live with them and they die, you're like, finally a one bedroom opened up.
That way there won't be any regrets.
Sharing a bed.
If I hate them as they go, there won't be any regrets.
That's fair. This got a little bit sad, but I get it. I don't know. I have a lot of like distant relatives in like Italy and France. And they all like live at home until they're like 35. Yeah. Like they basically live at home until they're married.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's something to it because they kind of seem like they're having a blast.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go home and I'm like, I miss having like 10 people in the house. It's fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The big family vibe, totally fun.
Yeah.
It's very, big. Kind of messy.
But then I look at them and I'm like, you're about to learn how to be an adult at like 35. You better do your fucking laundry.
You do need to learn how to live on your own for a bit. But I'm not saying you live on your own for a bit and then you come back to mama and dada. It's a great situation.
Yeah.
Then you take care of them. Do you you want me to do one for you?
Sure. Good fucking luck because everyone has fire opinions in this thread.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Defend this as if this is your own.
Yeah.
The bottom half of a bagel is superior to the top half of a bagel.
Okay, totally. I'll start from just a purely like ergonomic standpoint.
Interesting.
Top half of the bagel is more round. It's not meant for like lying down flat on a plate.
Fair.
So like the balance is just all over the place. Totally like wobbly. Yeah. Fall all over the place.
Yeah.
Second of all, I would say like the bread to toppings ratio on the top just like is a little bit worse because the top of the bagel is really thick. And like, honestly, if anything, I should just argue that they should cut them more evenly because they're doing a real like flat top to bottom situation. And
right. Why is it in all bottoms?
Or all tops.
Or
just have it be, have it be even so that you get like an even match.
Why isn't it all tops?
I don't know. But yeah, I think the bottom actually is better because it's not going to fall off my plate. And honestly, that is something I would worry about. So
what are you doing while you're eating bagels?
Just worrying that the top half of my bagel is going to fall all over the place.
Just sweating.
It's just, it's wiggling around over there. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to be so bad when I drop it.
You're very worried about where your bagels fall.
Yeah.
Don't believe in the 3-second rule?
Like I can eat something off the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll eat stuff off the ground.
Oh, okay.
I have anxiety, but it's not about legitimate problems. Like,
not about germs.
No, nothing real. It's so
you
funny
graduated in the COVID. You don't care about germs.
So I have insomnia and I had to go meet with like a sleep doctor. And he was like showing me these slides and he was like, so most people when they have insomnia, they're like worried about, like longevity. Like they're worried that they're not going to live at all. Like they're worried they're not going to live a long time because they're not sleeping. And I was like, that literally never crossed my mind. I was like, I've never once worried about when I'm going to die. I hope I die tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I was like, I'm worried that I'm going to be 3 minutes late to my Pure Barre class. Okay. So never even thought about dying. Thanks, doc.
And they gave you another thing to worry about.
Yeah. But I honestly was like, even after he told me that, I was like, still don't care. I was like, I'm worried my nails that I got painted 2 days ago are going to chip. And then I'm going to have to call them and be like, can you please fix it for me? I'm too worried about like what's directly in front of me to ever once have thought about my longevity. Like
your anxiety is in the
let's
now.
get through today. Yeah. And then I'll worry about longevity.
That is
so stupid.
Well, speaking of now, I really, really appreciate the time we've had now on this podcast. You have been an amazing guest.
Thanks
I really,
for
really
having
appreciate
me.
it. You are a hilarious comedian. Your show sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Can't wait to see yours. Go see Adam's too. We both have shows.
Yes, we both do. But seriously, everybody should go check out your show. Quickly, before we go, if we haven't talked about it enough, what is a quick pitch to get people out, butts and seats?
To see my show?
Yes.
Yeah. So my show is stand-up comedy and storytelling. I think my show is really about like failing young adulthood entirely. So if you're like in your 20s and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I feel like this show really helped me get through it. It's also a bit about sobriety. And learning how to no longer be mentally ill. So if you're like, I just can't crack it, come to my show because it's cheaper than therapy.
Heck yeah. And how much are the tickets?
Tickets are $15.
Wow.
Not bad.
That's not bad for therapy.
Yeah. I mean, you go to this once and you're like, I don't need therapy or my Zoloft prescription. So so much money saved.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's going to save me so much money.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Viva, thank you so much. Do people at all call you Ursula at all?
Never once.
Never once.
Never been referred to by a middle name.
Okay. And that's not something I can do or
if you're so inclined, I've got 2 first names you can toy with as well.
Genevieve, Ursula, Viva, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it. You've been an amazing guest. Please go follow her. Please go check out the show. You can check out my show, Messy Ass, about my messy ass life. And the day where I was spreading my dad's ashes was also the day I met Elon Musk. That's right. It was a crazy, crazy day. Yep, pretty wild. But to find out more, please go check out the link in the description to hear about all the details. You can also hear about Viva's show in the details as well. But before we end, we're going to do something. We're going to look down the barrel of that camera and say, that was wild. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
That was wild.
to get wild.
That was wild.